All right, welcome back to Nightly Sports Call. Adam Frazier is the big star for the Pirates. They finally win a game. They finally score some runs. Scored 6 of them tonight. They haven't scored against the Brewers yet in this series, but they win with a walk-off home run by Adam Frazier in the 9th inning. 6-4 is your final. The Pirates break that 7-game losing streak. And, Gene, just a frustrating September, a frustrating end of the year for the Pirates. It's kind of like they gave up, packing it in. And, I mean, the fans are really showing their support right now, too, by not going.
People home happy tonight. You know, if you think you're frustrated, Richie, imagine the Brewers. They had a chance to tie the Rockies for the second wild card spot in this game. They led the Pirates 4-3. They could have made up a game on the Cubs. And they couldn't get the Pirates out in the ninth, which usually people can.
Yeah, and the Pirates didn't go away today, but you know, I don't even know what to think. I mean, even if they end on a good note, that's good. Can it carry over to next year? They have to make some, I don't think, major changes. And I remember being on the show probably, a month ago, I said they were 3 players. I was adamant that they were 3 players away, but maybe now I think they're a lot more away. And you start to question their leadership a little bit. How about their baseball IQ? I mean, Marte gets thrown out again.
Thrown out tonight?
Yeah, so base running. I mean, there's just so many blunders with the Pirates. It's comical sometimes, but you feel bad for the fans a little bit because it's another losing season. And what, they're at 69 wins now, I think, something like that.
69. Yeah.
So, I mean, can they get this? They what, 9 games left, and you wonder if they can get to 70. So I don't know. And they're making a push for last place. And who would have thought that a couple weeks ago, or when they were 5 games up?
In July for 4 games, the Pirates swept them. You know, the sky was the limit for the team, and they've not done anything since.
And, you know, I think we should have looked back at what the Pirates did or what they didn't do at the trade deadline. They didn't do anything, and that's what I kind of thought they would do.
Yeah, that series was right before the trade deadline.
Yeah, and if you would look back, and maybe that was just if they thought they were really in contention, they would have done something. You would think.
No, you wouldn't, because they've been in contention before and haven't done anything. That's what they do, nothing.
And I don't know about you, but more people have come up to me, and I wanted to bring this up on the show. More people have come up to me in the last couple weeks. I've been out I emceed a couple golf tournaments, one at Laurel Valley for Children's Hospital. They raised $400,000, by the way.
Oh, great.
It was amazing. The morning one did, so they probably raised a little bit more. But I must have had 10 people come up to me and ask me about the Pirates and how they're not renewing season tickets and how, you know, the Nicasio thing put them over the edge. It must have been 5 people mentioned the Nicasio thing. This Nicasio has been the tipping point for all these fans. Just a little deal like that, or you know, move that really didn't mean anything, but has really turned Pirates fans against the Pirates.
Well, it meant that they gave away one of their best pitchers to save $600,000. That's the bottom line on it. This is the exact kind of thing that fans suspect the Pirates are always looking to do. And, you know, there's the smoking gun, really, for this season. I don't blame anybody for being upset, and I have that same experience that you do, Rich. A lot of people telling me they're not renewing their tickets, they're getting rid of them, they're selling them to, you know, brokers or what have you. But, you know, I don't know what things are going to look like for the Pirates in the spring. Because, you know, there's not going to be a lot of buzz about them.
Yeah, and I have a feeling like a lot of fans are going to think they came back after 20-some years of losing. They came back and really supported this team and fell back in love. But now it's like this team let them down again and broke their hearts again, and it didn't make the moves that they wanted to make. And I understand that, you know, I'm going to give Neil Huntington a pass on this year because of some of the problems that they've had. But, you know, he hasn't made some of the greatest moves over the last couple years. And but this year, I mean, who would have thought Starling Marte, Jung Ho Gung, and Jamison Tyone would be out for significant periods of time? All right, let's go out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Anita in Mount Lebanon. How you doing, Anita?
I'm doing well. How are you, Rich and Gene?
Good, thanks for calling.
Thank you for having me. I just wanted to say that my prediction for the Steelers is that we're ready for another win.
Okay, that's a good one.
That would be number 6, right?
What?
That would be number 6, Super Bowl?
7.
7. I lost count. They're so good. I also wanted to comment on the Penguins. I think this year will be the 3rd win in a row for them. I think they've got the players, they've got the power, they've got the will.
Okay, so lastly, do you think the Pirates have enough to win the World Series? Because we have the Penguins and the Steelers winning championships.
I have all the faith in the world in our Pirates.
Oh, you're one of the few people.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter to me what the Pirates do. I think they're amazing either way.
Okay, thanks a lot, Anita. Do you think they're amazing either way?
They are amazing either way. There's no denying that.
All right. Well, let's just sneak one more call in here before we take a break. Let's go out to Jim in Cranberry. How you doing, Jim?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I was going to talk about the Steelers, but, talking about the Pirates is more fun.
Another frustrated fan, I guess.
There's, in 1992, I was 12 years old. I had to go to bed early for the game. I'll never forget it when Sid Bream slid into home plate.
Yep.
And since then, there's been 3 winning seasons. And if you look at Hurdle, every time he hasn't had a winning season, his team's fallen apart. So what do? We give this guy in Huntington 4 more years. So 4 more years of losing. Can't wait to see it. And Steelers will win this week 17-13. Have a good one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I'm on Hurdle's side, Gene. I can't blame the manager. It's the players out there. He's responsible for what, maybe 5 wins a year, maybe? It's the players got to play.
I agree with that generally. I think our Hurdle's done a decent job. But I really thought that either Hurdle or Huntington would take the fall for this team and last year's team too. The fact that they're both back is a little bit surprising, and the fact that they're both back for 4 years, I think, is very surprising. I mean, what would have been wrong with giving them both,
2-year extension,
a 1-year contract with a club option for a 2nd year? I don't think anybody would have felt that the Pirates are being overly cautious with something like that. But when you do it the way they've done it, they've kept both guys. They gave them 4 years. What they're saying to the fans with that is, hey, everything's good here. Everything's fine.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem with a lot of fans have a problem with that. They think, they think the management thinks everything's fine. Yeah. On that note, we're going to take a break. Back with more calls and some tweets coming up next. Stay right there.